If your houseplant leans toward the window, it is not pulling itself forward like an arm. The bend happens because the shaded side of the stem grows slightly longer than the side facing the light. This response is called phototropism, which simply means growth guided by light. A plant has no muscles or brain, but it can detect the direction of light and change how fast cells grow on opposite sides of a young stem. The process begins with blue light. Proteins called phototropins act as light sensors, mainly near the growing tip and young tissues. When light comes from one side, these sensors start a chain of signals that changes the distribution and activity of auxin, a plant growth hormone. Auxin does not hate sunlight or literally run into the shadows. That is a useful cartoon, but not the real mechanism. The light signal redirects auxin transport, so the shaded side receives a stronger growth signal. Now imagine two friends walking side by side while holding hands. One starts taking slightly longer steps. The pair cannot continue straight. They curve toward the slower side. A stem bends in a similar way. Cells on the shaded side elongate more, making that side longer and pushing the tip toward the window. But how do those cells become longer? Auxin helps activate pumps in the cell membrane. These pumps make the cell wall more acidic, which allows proteins called expansins to loosen it. Water pressure inside the cell can then stretch the softened wall. It is less like inflating a balloon from nothing and more like loosening a tight belt so the cell can expand. A common misunderstanding is that the sunny side stops growing completely. Usually, both sides may still grow, but the shaded side grows faster. That small difference, repeated across many cells, creates the visible curve. Classic experiments with young grass seedlings showed that the tip detects directional light. When researchers removed or covered the tip, the seedling no longer bent normally, even though the lower stem could still grow. The tip was not an eye, but it acted like a light direction sensor that sent instructions to the growth zone below. This is also why rotating a pot can help a houseplant stay more balanced. A small turn every week or two changes which side receives the strongest light, but rotation cannot replace enough light. A plant in a dim room may still stretch and lean. So why do houseplants lean toward a window? Directional light creates unequal growth. The shaded side lengthens more, and that growth bends the plant toward the brighter side.